Lead product manager and data at Blizzard calls Asmongold an asshole. An asshole. Well, does anyone know what the tweet said? Someone has a link to this tweet. And here's the tweet. Let's have a look. Adam
How about a
Holinsky.
chaotic dice unicorn game in honor of Hurricane Elsa?
I mean, that's totally doable. Thank you, Maisie. So, what have we got over here? We have... I want to make something very clear. Asmongold's kind of hatred and rudeness is not welcome in Final Fantasy. It's the responsibility of every decent player to overwhelmingly report every single incident of it. Make sure he's run off quickly. Do not give him or his fanboys room. So, XY? Who's this one? That guy's an asshole. Oh, come on. Did he really? This is his personal account though, isn't it? It's not his like, well, I mean, he does say in his details, lead product manager, data at Blizzard Entertainment, so it's debatable whether that is his personal account. I guess it's not, because you wouldn't normally put those details in, or if you did, then you're basically making it your business account in a way. They just use the same one. I believe he's deleted the tweet according to this thread. So, that's interesting. I mean, he's expressing his own mind, but why would you... I guess it's just Twitter, isn't it, really? Most people say all sorts of vile shite, but it doesn't necessarily get punished. Only certain ones get punished. His tweets are private. So he's made his tweets private now, has he? So only people that are following him maybe can actually read them. So this is basically in response to Asmongold jumping on the Final Fantasy sort of bandwagon that people are doing these days because of the whole World of Warcraft is losing to Final Fantasy because Shadowlands is doing such a bad job and all of that business. Now, we all know that Final Fantasy is going to do fine and has withstood the test of time and has done a great job, but World of Warcraft's still going to be king. Everyone's just kind of making this whole drama to sort of like capitalize off of it, really. That's pretty obvious to me. So World of Warcraft will come back on form, either with the next expansion, everyone will be jumping back onto that, as well as the Wrath of the Lich King coming up, and I think the New Game Plus would be probably Classic Plus, but whether the Classic Plus will be for Classic Plus, like Vanilla, or for like Wrath of the Lich King Plus, I don't know. But World of Warcraft still got a long way to go, so all those people sort of making out this big deal about, you know, World of Warcraft being dead and all that. Come back maybe in about 8 years' time and you might have a point, but it's still going to be doing fine for at least 8 years. You can quote me on that. Testing same faction battlegrounds and Burning Crusade Classic. So even though Blizzard do keep shooting themselves in the foot with actions like this, their World of Warcraft's still going to be fine for a long time. So this is part of the no changes, quotation marks. Hello, Battleground enthusiasts. As soon as we saw Battleground queue times go way up a few weeks ago, we got to work on our options for addressing the situation. They've all been discussed here and elsewhere, as you know. And in addition to following your discussions closely, we looked at game history and data. What was most evident from all of your feedback was players want to continue to play on their chosen side of the faction conflict. Players don't want to wait in long queues for BGs, and players don't want a highly convoluted mechanism for getting into a BG. To solve these issues as best as we can, we've been internally testing a configuration where the war game system is used to bring about Horde versus Horde or Alliance versus Alliance battlegrounds from the regular queue, and we're ready to test it in the live game. Here's the plan. Well, first of all, didn't they, like, shouldn't, I mean, it's their business and stuff, but I always think when you're doing classic stuff, which was the whole point to try to stay as traditionally classic as possible without changes, wouldn't it be best to do a poll and see how the community feel before actually just going ahead with these changes? This change seems like one of the weaker changes of all of them, so it's not a big deal. Starting tomorrow, we're going to enable same faction battlegrounds. Well, they're just going straight to it. I mean, this has already happened because it's the 4th now, and this is July the 2nd. You'll queue for BGs as usual, and the matchmaker will first try to make an opposite faction match for you. If an opposite faction match cannot be quickly made, you'll be matched against a team from your faction. Rewards such as honor and reputation will be assigned as usual. We've been thinking of these as military training exercises, and to help get that feeling across in game, we're putting masks and tabards on the team, playing out the enemy faction space. I mean, okay. Please note that the same faction play won't be available for Ulteric Valley, which was never hooked up for war games, and would be particularly awkward for the team that found themselves fighting alongside a great number of enemy NPCs. Yeah, I mean, why can't they just... I mean, you just have to change everything. You just change, it's just like in Warcraft 3, just change the red team to the blue team or whatever. Just when you put the alliance with the Horde, just make them, in quotation marks, Horde, part of the Horde team. That's easy. We'll follow the action closely throughout this weekend, and we'll schedule maintenance next week, July 6th in this region. We're going to return the matchmaker to its regular configuration and analyze what happened. When same faction play goes live tomorrow, we'll open up new feedback after you've played some BGs. So they were going to basically test it live and see how people resolve. It's had a lot of responses, 3,340, what the heck. I'm going to take a look at Asmongold's response in a quick moment just to finish up, but we'll just continue on this as we're here. Thank you, sir. Should I get popcorn ready? Uh-oh. Nice. Thank you, Blizz, for implementing. Awesome. Just in time for me to cap. 69. Bravo. Interesting. Well, people seem quite positive. At least the first bunch. Give Alliance War mode. Can't play. Sometimes actually better for the Alliance. They can queue faster. Yeah. This is the funny thing I said to Tyrell when he first told me about this. This is the first time that... I mean, no, sorry. This is the only thing that is really bad about playing the Horde. Is their queue times. Otherwise, they've got an advantage over the Alliance. Well, basically everything. Racials, just like their coordination, their teams, their PvP. Even in freaking PvE, they've got good chances. PvE less so, but still, they still have like a great time, basically, in general. There's a reason why more people play Horde than Alliance. And this is the reason why Horde have such long queues. And it's kind of like a catch for playing Horde. But now there's really no catch for playing Horde at all. It's weird, because I honestly wouldn't mind Arena without racials. I would think that would be really awesome, because one of the things that really bugs me the most about Arena is knowing that you're going against such a heavy disadvantage. So say, for example, you're playing, let's say, a human warrior versus an orc warrior. Well, the Orc Warrior's got a massive disadvantage in that case, because he's got the basic stun resist and extra attack power. Like, there's lots of things like this that impact Arena, but they haven't made any changes there. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. So, I think that's fine, I guess, but Blizzard are getting a bit crazy with all the changes they're making to the old school. Now, let's get back to the juicy bit where this link hasn't worked. So let's double check this link. Here we go. Sack says, people keep linking pics of Blizz employees talking shit about me. I don't care. I talk shit about them all the time. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I don't need people harassing them to defend my honor. That's fair enough. That's a pretty standard response, I think, from Asmongold. Lol, asshole. Yeah, that's pretty funny. They're not wrong. I mean, yeah. It's kind of like a very sort of manly response, I would say. If I was to think off the top of my head, it's he's not getting upset about it. He's not causing drama. He's just like, yeah, you know, I am a bit of a dick from time to time. Doesn't mean the Blizzard employee was right to say that, but you know, he's got to be careful. You know, I think more people probably like Asmongold at this point than they actually like Blizzard these days. So you got to be careful who you turn against. All right, so yeah, pretty funny stuff. Just a few meme type things that are happening on the internet these days, so make of it what you will. Okay, let's get back into